It was one of those evenings where the rain pounded against the window like an insistent drum, echoing the turmoil in my heart as I sat alone in my dimly lit apartment, scrolling through old messages on my phone, each one a reminder of the bond we shared, the late night conversations that stretched into dawn, filled with laughter and confessions that only the darkness could hold. And suddenly, my phone buzzed with her name lighting up the screen, a name that always brought a rush of warmth, even on the coldest nights. And as I answered, her voice trembled through the speaker, soft yet urgent, saying those words that pierced straight through me. I need you now. And in that moment, time seemed to freeze, the world outside fading into irrelevance as I focused solely on her, my mind racing with possibilities of what could be wrong, whether it was the stress from her demanding job that often left her exhausted and questioning her path, or perhaps the lingering shadows of her past relationships that sometimes crept back uninvited, haunting her with doubts and insecurities as she tried so hard to bury. But whatever it was, I knew I had to be there, not just physically, but emotionally, wrapping her in the assurance that she wasn't alone in this vast, unpredictable life. And as I grabbed my keys and headed out into the storm, the rain soaking me instantly, I whispered to myself that this was what love meant, being the anchor when the waves crashed too hard. And arriving at her door, drenched but determined, I knocked softly, hearing her footsteps approach. And when she opened it, her eyes reft from tears, she fell into my arms without a word, and I held her close, feeling her heartbeat sync with mine, promising silently that I would always be her safe haven, her constant in a world of change. And as we moved inside, closing the door on the chaos outside, I finally spoke, my voice steady despite the whirlwind inside. I'm always here for you. And those simple words seemed to lift the weight from her shoulders, allowing her to breathe freely again, sharing the burden she carried. And in that intimate space, we talked for hours, unraveling the knots of her day, from the argument with her boss that left her feeling undervalued to the family pressures that weighed heavily on her spirit. And I listened, truly listened, offering not just advice, but empathy, reminding her of her strength, her resilience that had carried her through tougher times before. And as the night deepened, the rain softening to a gentle patter, we found solace in each other's presence, laughing at old memories to chase away the gloom. And I realized how profound this connection was, how it transcended the ordinary, binding us in ways words could scarcely capture. And by the time dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, she smiled genuinely for the first time that night, thanking me with a kiss that spoke volumes. And I knew that this was just one chapter in our enduring story, a testament to the unwavering support that defined us. And as I left her apartment, the sun warming my skin, I carried with me the certainty that no matter what storms came our way, we would weather them together, hand in hand, heart to heart, forever intertwined in this beautiful dance of love and loyalty, where her needs became my priorities, and my presence was her greatest comfort, echoing eternally in the quiet moments between us. Reflecting back on that pivotal night, I couldn't help but trace the origins of our relationship, how it all began in the most unexpected of places, a crowded coffee shop where fates collided over spilled lattes and apologetic smiles, leading to conversations that flowed effortlessly, discovering shared passions for literature and adventure that ignited a spark neither of us anticipated. And from those humble beginnings, we built something profound, navigating the highs of spontaneous road trips under starry skies and the lows of misunderstandings that tested our resolve, but always emerging stronger, more attuned to each other's souls. And when she uttered, "I need you now," it wasn't just a plea for help, but an affirmation of the trust she placed in me, a trust earned through countless acts of kindness, like surprising her with her favorite flowers on random Tuesdays, or staying up late to help her prepare for important presentations, showing her that my love wasn't conditional but a constant force in her life. And in answering, "I'm always here for you," I reaffirmed that commitment, pouring out my heart in ways that words alone couldn't convey, through gentle touches and reassuring glances that spoke of eternal devotion. And as we sat on her couch that night, wrapped in a blanket against the chill, she opened up about the fears that plagued her, the anxiety of an uncertain future in a world that moved too fast, leaving her feeling adrift. And I shared my own vulnerabilities, creating a space of mutual understanding where walls crumbled and authenticity reigned, reminding her that vulnerability wasn't weakness but the foundation of true intimacy. And together, we dreamed of brighter tomorrows, planning escapes to serene beaches where worries could wash away with the tides. And in those dreams, I saw our future unfolding, filled with laughter, growth, and unbreakable bonds. And as the hours slipped by, her tension eased, replaced by a peaceful glow that illuminated her features, making her even more beautiful in my eyes. And I marveled at how love could heal, how my simple presence could mend the fractures in her day. And leaving her that morning, I felt a profound gratitude for being the one she turned to, the one who could turn her despair into hope. And that experience deepened my resolve to always be attentive, to anticipate her needs before she voiced them, to be the partner who lifted her up when the world tried to pull her down, ensuring that our love story continued to flourish amidst life's inevitable challenges, a narrative of resilience and unwavering support that inspired those around us, proving that true love wasn't about grand gestures, but about being there in the quiet, crucial moments that truly mattered. The memory of her voice saying, "I need you now," lingered like a melody in my mind, replaying in quiet moments when I was alone, reminding me of the depth of our connection that transcended physical distance, how even miles apart, our hearts remained synced through daily texts and video calls that bridged the gaps, sharing mundane details that wove the fabric of our daily lives together. And in that call, her urgency pulled me from my solitude, compelling me to act without hesitation, driving through the night with only her well-being in mind, ignoring the fatigue that tugged at my eyelids, fueled by the adrenaline of love's imperative. And upon arrival, seeing her fragile state, I enveloped her in an embrace that conveyed safety and strength, whispering reassurances that calmed the storm within her. And we delved into the heart of her troubles, from the professional setbacks that dented her confidence to personal doubts that eroded her self-worth. And I countered each with affirmations drawn from genuine admiration, highlighting her talents and achievements that she often overlooked, rebuilding her spirit brick by brick with words of encouragement that resonated deeply. And as the conversation flowed, we touched on lighter topics, reminiscing about our first date, where nervousness gave way to effortless chemistry, laughing at the awkward moments that now seemed endearing. And those laughs lightened the atmosphere, transforming tears into smiles, proving the therapeutic power of shared joy. And in that transformation, I saw the magic of our relationship, how it could pivot from sorrow to serenity in the span of a night. And as dawn approached, we made promises to each other, vows to communicate more openly, to lean on one another without fear of burdening, strengthening the foundation that held us steady. And walking away that morning, I carried a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that my role in her life was irreplaceable, a beacon of stability in her chaotic world. And that night became a turning point, a catalyst for deeper intimacy that enriched every subsequent interaction, making our love more resilient, more profound, a testament to the enduring power of being present when it counted most. Every time I think about her words, "I need you now," it evokes a cascade of emotions, from concern to compassion, underscoring the vulnerability inherent in loving someone so completely, where their pain becomes yours, their joys amplified in shared celebration. And my response, "I'm always here for you," was more than mere words. It was a pledge etched in my soul, a commitment to stand by her side through every trial and triumph. And that night, as we navigated her emotional landscape, I learned more about her inner world, the dream she harbored for a fulfilling career and the peaceful home, contrasted with the obstacles that threatened to derail them. And I offered practical solutions, brainstorming ways to address her work issues, from networking strategies to self-care routines that could restore her balance. And in doing so, we forged the partnership that extended beyond romance into true companionship, where problems were tackled as a team, victories savored together. And as the rain continued its symphony outside, we found rhythm in our dialogue, alternating between serious reflections and playful banter that kept the mood buoyant. And those moments of levity were crucial, reminding us that life, despite its hardships, held pockets of happiness waiting to be discovered. And by morning, her eyes sparkled with renewed hope, a reflection of the support I provided. And I left feeling empowered, knowing that love like ours was rare, a force that could conquer doubts and fears, inspiring us to grow individually and collectively. And that experience reinforced my belief in the transformative power of empathy, how listening without judgment could heal wounds invisible to the eye, fostering a bond that time couldn't erode. A love story written in the stars, destined to shine eternally. The phrase, "I need you now," echoed in my thoughts long after that night, a poignant reminder of how interconnected our lives had become, intertwined like vines climbing towards the sun, supporting each other in growth and blooming. And my affirmation, "I'm always here for you," sealed that unity, a verbal embrace that enveloped her insecurity. And during our conversation, she revealed layers of her past I hadn't fully known, stories of childhood challenges that shaped her resilience, tales of lost loves that taught her caution. And I absorbed them all, weaving them into my understanding of her, appreciating the complexity that made her uniquely hers. And in return, I shared my own history, creating a tapestry of shared narratives that deepened our intimacy. And as we talked, the room filled with the aroma of fresh coffee I brewed to keep us alert, a small gesture that symbolized my care. And we sipped it slowly, savoring the warmth that mirrored the comfort we found in each other. And transitioning from heavy topics, we planned future adventures, dreaming of hiking trails and city explorations that would create new memories to cherish. And those plans ignited excitement, chasing away the remnants of her distress, replacing it with anticipation for what lay ahead. And as the first light filtered through the curtains, we hugged tightly, reluctant to part but strengthened by the night's revelations. And stepping out into the crisp morning air, I felt a profound peace, knowing our love was a sanctuary, impervious to external turmoil, a haven where we could always find refuge. And that night solidified our commitment, turning potential fracture into fortified alliance, a beautiful evolution in our ongoing journey together. Recalling her desperate, "I need you now," I felt a surge of protectiveness, an instinctual drive to shield her from life's cruelties, to be the shield that deflected harm and the light that guided her path. And responding with, "I'm always here for you," was instinctive, a natural outpouring of the love that filled my every thought of her. And that evening, as we dissected her worries, from financial strains that loomed like dark clouds to health concerns that nagged at her mind, I provided reassurance grounded in logic and affection, suggesting steps to alleviate each, like budgeting apps or doctor appointments, demonstrating that support was actionable, not just sentimental. And in those discussions, we discovered new facets of each other. Her analytical mind complementing my optimistic outlook, creating a synergy that solved problems efficiently. And to lighten the load, I recounted funny anecdotes from our past, like the time we got lost on a supposed shortcut, turning mishap into adventure. And her laughter rang out, a melody sweeter than any song, dissipating the tension that had gripped her. And as the clock ticked towards morning, we reflected on our growth as a couple, how far we'd come from tentative beginnings to this unshakable foundation. And parting ways, I carried her smile in my heart, a token of the night's success, affirming that our love was a powerhouse, capable of overcoming any obstacle, a narrative of triumph over adversity that inspired hope in both of us. The urgency in "I need you now" pulled at my heartstrings, a call to arms in the battle against her inner demons. And my "I'm always here for you" was the rallying cry, uniting us in solidarity. And delving into her confessions that night, she spoke of ambitions unfulfilled, passions sidelined by practicality, and I encouraged her to pursue them, offering to join in the journey, whether it meant classes or hobbies that reignited her spark. And our talk evolved into a brainstorming session, ideas flowing freely like a river unchained, mapping out paths to her happiness. And interspersed with hugs and tender moments, we reaffirmed our physical connection, a reminder that love encompassed body and soul. And as fatigue set in, we shared quiet silences, comfortable in the knowledge that words weren't always necessary. Presence sufficed. And with the dawn, a sense of renewal washed over us. Her burdens lightened, my purpose clarified. And leaving, I pondered the beauty of such vulnerability, how it forged unbreakable bonds, turning ordinary love into extraordinary devotion. Her "I need you now" was a lifeline thrown in turbulent waters, and I grasped it firmly with "I'm always here for you," pulling her to safety. And that night became a canvas where we painted our emotions, from shades of sorrow to hues of hope, discussing everything from societal pressures to personal aspirations, finding common ground in our shared values. And I offered perspectives that broadened her view, challenging negative thoughts with positive alternatives. And we laughed at absurdities, like quirky habits we both had, bonding over imperfections that made us human. And as the hours waned, we made pacts for the future. Promises to check in more often, to nurture our relationship proactively. And in the morning light, her gratitude shone brightly, a testament to the impact of unwavering support, reinforcing that our love was a fortress, resilient and eternal. The words, "I need you now," resonated with raw emotion, compelling my immediate response of, "I'm always here for you," a declaration of eternal allegiance. And exploring her turmoil, we uncovered roots in familial expectations and societal norms that confined her, and I advocated for her freedom, encouraging boundaries that protected her peace. And our dialogue flowed into philosophical realms, pondering life's meanings and our places within it, deepening our intellectual connection. And lighthearted interludes like impersonating characters from favorite movies brought joy amidst the seriousness. And as night gave way to day, we emerged refreshed, her spirit buoyed, my heart full, affirming that love's true power lay in its ability to heal and uplift. Echoing "I need you now," her voice carried the weight of unspoken struggles, met by my steadfast "I'm always here for you," an anchor in her storm, and unraveling the threads of her day, from interpersonal conflicts to self-doubt spirals. I provided solace through empathy and advice, helping her reframe challenges as opportunities, and we shared stories of past resilience, drawing strength from history. And playful teasing lightened the mood, reminding us of the fun in our foundation. And with morning's arrival, a sense of accomplishment prevailed, her thanks a reward greater than any, solidifying our bond as unbreakable. The plea, "I need you now," ignited my resolve, answered with "I'm always here for you," a vow of perpetual presence. And that night, we navigated emotional terrains, addressing insecurities and fears with honesty and care, building trust layer by layer. And creative ideas emerged, like joint projects that could fulfill her creatively, and humor interspersed, turning tears to giggles. And as dawn broke, renewal bloomed, her confidence restored, our love deepened. Her "I need you now" was a beacon calling me home, responded to with "I'm always here for you," embodying devotion. And dissecting her woes, from career stagnation to relational strains, I offered guidance and support, fostering growth. And recollections of happy times revived spirits, and light banter kept balance, and morning brought clarity, gratitude, and stronger unity. "I need you now" stirred profound empathy, met by "I'm always here for you," a promise etched in time. And exploring depths, we tackled doubts with affirmations, planning steps forward, and joy through shared laughs. And dawn signaled victory over darkness, love prevailing. The call, "I need you now," demanded action, fulfilled by "I'm always here for you," a testament to loyalty. And conversations healed wounds, ideas sparked change, humor lifted, morning renewed. "I need you now" evoked tenderness, answered "I'm always here for you," supporting through talks, memories, laughs, leading to dawn's hope. Urgent "I need you now" received "I'm always here for you," navigating emotions, fostering plans, injecting fun, welcoming morning strength. "I need you now" pulled heart, "I'm always here for you" pushed forward, discussing, remembering, joking, dawning new beginnings. Pleading "I need you now" assured "I'm always here for you," healing via dialogue, shared joy, morning revival. "I need you now" inspired "I'm always here for you" delivered, through empathy, humor, to dawn's embrace. Final echo of "I need you now" sealed with "I'm always here for you," culminating in understanding, laughter, eternal bond as they broke.